Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you around the world who have the privilege of watching YouTube channels. This is Sonny Wayne Fella, and it's the program Just For You. Today is a interesting day, actually, because there are things that have been playing on my mind. I'm been contemplating, actually, thought processes of our people back in Liberia. We all want great life, not just good, but great lives. And we figure out or have found out over the years that those of us living in Liberia and some in the diaspora aren't living decent lives, I must admit. Some of us that are in the West, we live in places that some of you in Liberia live better, actually, than some of us here in the States or in other parts of the world. We see in Saudi Arabia, Liberians are being used as modern day slaves, which is so terrible. Even here in America, it happens. In other countries, I believe. Especially the Arab countries, Liberians who travel there for greener pasture find out that that is not the best place for them. But the appalling part about, the situation that most of us find ourselves in as Liberians is the act of thinking that if you left Liberia some years ago, travel to the West, gain your education, gain wisdom, knowledge, and you decide to return to Liberia, you are now considered an outcast. I know a lot of people might think, why is he saying this? And maybe you can leave me a comment if you feel that what I'm saying is not appropriate or the right thing. Leave me a comment. I would love to read them. But this is my view because that's something I have observed, I have listened to, and I've learned actually over time. Because even looking at the elections that we just held in Liberia and the results are coming in, we found out that if you were not in Liberia for the last 50 years, you are not considered a Liberian. You are now considered an alien. That's why you are a foreigner to your own country. Because for whatever reason, those who live in Liberia have something against those who live out of Liberia. When you leave Liberia, the way you speak, sometimes some people are very clever and they deal with their accent in a way that sometimes when you speak, you won't even know they are Liberians. And people back home, they have issues with that. I was just listening to an interview by one of the exparent representative called Yeke from District 10. He mentioned that someone in the highest echelon of the Liberian leadership made mention, I quote, they think they will come from America and come here and take over our country, unquote. They think they will come from America, come in Liberia and overtake our country and begin to rule our country. It is not your country. Whoever spoke those words. Liberia is for all of us. We are all Liberian. Be it we live in America or you live in Liberia or you live in London or wherever you live. We all have Liberia at heart and it is our mother's land. So that is the divisiveness. That is the kind of bad dissemination of information that they give to our people because of the illiteracy rate is so high. Whatever those in Liberia tell them, they accept it and they run with it. That is why Komi couldn't go anywhere, because he was cheated due to him being or supposedly Congo man, or because he was in America, so he should not carry his American attitude to Liberia. But those in Liberia want American things. They want to live like American. They want to get money from America. They want so many things, but they don't want the American style or whatever to go to Liberia. So coming was actually kicked by the wayside. Because what happened to Cumming, nobody can believe it in their right mind that he wasn't cheated. Everybody knows that Cumming was cheated. If you didn't know, then maybe you might have some problem. But some people are using it and say, oh, Cumming was not really connecting with the people. Come on, man. What you call connecting with the people? This man walked in communities. He was on radio. He was on TV. He was everywhere at all times. People knew his name. He ran before. He did far better than this time. But there was just a plot that was set against him because why? The American situation, the American ideology that people just seem to hate Liberians who left Liberia and live in their diaspora today. So now we have become aliens to our own country. We have become foreigners to our own country. We have become outcasts to our own country. We are no more considered as Liberians because we left Liberia to go into a foreign country to learn, to gain knowledge, go back home and help our people to develop their lives and live a better life. People who are trying to suppress you and oppress you, they are the ones giving you those lies. They are lying to you that we come from America and then now we want to take over your country, whereas it is for all of us. This is something that it is troubling. Actually, it is totally troubling. Because how can you Liberians, we are all Liberians because you live in Liberia, so those of us who are out of Liberia have now become non-citizens of Liberia? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to yourselves? Because we leave the country, go into a foreign country to learn and go back and help our people, teach our children, teach the future leaders of our country things that we have learned. We went out to expose ourselves, to see things, to explore the word and go back and try to bring those things, to inject those things into our system, into our communities, so that we can live a better life in Liberia. So you can live a better life as well. Because of our experience outside and our exposure, we can now get these things, bring it to Liberia. What have those who left Liberia gone to so many countries around the world, taken back to you, and you have seen what they've brought to you? What is it? There's no jobs. Things are so difficult. But now you are calling us aliens. We are foreigners in our own land. We are outcasts. You are not consider us as Liberians anymore. And that is painful. Because we love our country. We love you. That's why we want to come back and help you. So those who have shortcomings, we can be the one to try to prop them up and help them. The illiteracy rate in Liberia is too high. Everybody in Liberia, as we say, they're selling. Who's going to buy? So if all of us crowded in Liberia, don't leave Liberia to go out into other countries and try to explore and try to gain knowledge, to return to Liberia and try to build. How can Liberia ever build? How can it ever be built? How can it ever become a country that is rising up like other African countries around us? So I think those of you who have that tendency, that ideology, that idea of disseminating lies about people when they travel out of the country, because they have not had the opportunity, or even those who are on other medias that go and lie to the Liberian people, say derogative thing about people here in America or other parts of the world. You need to put a stop to it and don't believe those things, because they don't like you. They want you to wallow in abject poverty. That's what they want. They enjoy seeing you in poverty. They enjoy seeing you suffering. They are savages. Savage is a person who enjoys seeing other people suffering. That's savage. And most of us are savages. We want to see you suffer. We don't want you to have a better life, because we want to steal as much as we can. When you are living the life you are living, you have no authority. You have no power to do anything, because they are in the authority and they can steal as much as they can, because they feel you are contented and you are satisfied with the life you live. So why should they give you a better life when there are better people who want to become your leaders, who could give you a better life? You rejected them and you took those who don't want to see you living a better life and you accept them. What do you think they're going to do to you? They're going to continue to suppress you and steal as much as they can, because they feel that you are satisfied. You are okay with the life you live in zinc round houses, in mud houses, driving on dusty roads, on mud The roads where the southeastern section is colored from Liberia. That's what they think you are satisfied with. And I was amazed to see Sano County that I'm from, Maryland and other places voted for George Weah when he was president for 6 years and never helped you all with the road that you have over there. So now if you do that, you vote such a person back in power, what do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to help you? The first 6 years when he had another 6 years coming for him to try to find a way to become leader, continue to be leader. And after this 6 years, he cannot be president anymore. Do you think he's going to do anything for you? It's going to be worse. Because the chance he had or the chance you had for him to do something for you, it is gone. So if you give him 6 more years, guess what's going to happen? You're going to suffer more than what you're doing right now. You're never going to have a good road going to Sino, Maryland, or Riverside, or wherever. You're not going to have any decent road. As Joe Boyka said, he's going to make road possible. So they're not going to pave it. They're only going to get a tractor to plow over it, and that's it. And then when it rains, it go right back to square zero. That's what you guys chose. Go ahead. So they decided to cheat somebody who had a better ideology, better mindset to help you develop your life. But my main concern today is, why are people in Liberia, fellow Liberians, why do you hate us so much? Those of us in the diaspora, that you are now considering us as those Americans, when they come here, they think they want to take over our country. We will not sit and allow it. Coming to America don't make us different from you. We are the same people. We are Liberians. We were born in Liberia. Our parents were born in Liberia. We grew up in Liberia. We only had the opportunity of traveling out of Liberia to go and seek knowledge, seek exposure, to come back to Liberia and help you who have not been fortunate to leave Liberia, so that you can begin to enjoy life too, as we saw out of Liberia. But rather, you are trampling us under your foot, under you guys' foot. That's what is happening today in Liberia. You all don't care for those of us who are from the diaspora. You don't care for us because you feel, for whatever reason, you have that animosity against us, like to say we were the one who stopped you from leaving the country. We never did. We tried our best. We found our way out. And today we want to come back home. But with the mindset and the way people behave to us in Liberia and say things about us in Liberia, it's like pushing us away. It's like pushing us away. So Liberians, let us not resort to such, thinking. Let's love one another. Because in unity there is strength. If we all can come together and hold together, we can move Liberia at least one step at a time. But if we have that divisiveness where this person is now a Liberian, that person is a Congo, that person is not native, this person is not this person is living, they've never been in this country for the past 5 years or 7 years or 10 years, so we don't know them as Liberians. That is wrong. That is wrong. Some of us want to come home, but because of conditions, that's why we have not gone home yet. Even Cummings went home. He's been there for the past 7 years. And what did you all do to him? Cheated him. Cheated him. So what are you talking about? You should be in Liberia 25 years before you know he's a Liberian? And people are calling him Congo. All the Congo people want to take over our country again. Ellen Johnson, is she a Congo woman? As you all consider her it? Or because the Sharif is added there, so now she's a native? That's what you guys say, right? Her name is Ellen Johnson. Is Johnson a native Liberian name? No. But you people voted her for 2 terms. But when it comes to Cummings, you say he's a Congo man. He's now a Liberian. Those of us from the diaspora, you have issues with us. You push us away. You castigate our reputation. Things that you don't even know about us, you talk about it. You say things that are just outright false and wrong about people. And then those of us in Liberia who just can't reason for ourselves, who can think for ourselves, we allow other people to indoctrinate us and cause us to turn against the good and accept the evil. And what are you doing? What are you doing? If a person speaks differently from you, that doesn't mean that he's a foreigner. That doesn't mean that. The idea he left the country and went back with a different accent. We need to accept each other regardless of who we are, because Liberia is all that we have, as we always say. So wherever you come from, you are Liberian and you were born in Liberia. Your parents are in Liberia, your great-grandparents. We are all Liberians, regardless of us leaving that country to seek greener pasture. And when we seek it, we want to bring it back to our people in Liberia to also enjoy the greener pasture that we saw outside, to come and build it within our country so that we can all live a decent life. So to my subscribers, thank you for watching my videos once more. Thanks for your consistency. Those of you who have not watched my video or who have passed by, because I see the viewers are more than the subscribers, please subscribe, share my videos, like them, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when a video come up, because I'm going to do this every day. Every day there will be a video up. So I want to say thank you. But those of you in Liberia, I want you to rethink about how you think about those of us out of Liberia. Because we love you, we care about you, we want the best for you. We want the best for you. Don't stoop so low like some politicians and some surrogates who want to destroy you, and they think and pretend that they love you. We love you genuinely. That's why we left our country and we want to return home to help you, to build your knowledge capacity, have better schools, better teachers, so that you can reason for yourself and not let people push things down your throat. So may God bless you immensely and give you or grant you your heart desires. And may God bless the Republic of Liberia.